Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we are going to do a look together using this Dior quint. This is the Soft Cashmere quint. It is in the original formula, not the newly formulated formula. And I picked this quint up because in my top 5 cool tone palettes video, so many of you guys recommended this quint from Dior, but specifically in the original formula. So I found a site that still has the original formula and picked it up while I still could. And I feel like this might be my kind of little mini cool tone palette of my dreams. So we can put it to the test. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Let's get into this look. This is just gonna be like get ready with me chatty style because I really just wanna film with this beautiful Dior little quint. So this is 669 Soft Cashmere. You get the little, eyeshadow applicator thingies, and then this is the quint itself. And I actually can't remember how much I paid for this. I think they're normally about $100-ish, aren't they? I can't remember though, I'm sorry. I picked this up off Selfridges, so it probably was about 90 Australian dollars, I think. I'll link everything down below in the description box for you guys that's on my face today. They are affiliate links, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. This is the old formula, not the new formulation. I actually don't know, I've not tried the new formulation, but I have heard that it is definitely nowhere near as good a quality as the older formulation. I actually haven't also tried this formulation from Dior before. The only quint I have from them is the Early Bird quint, which was a special edition last year, I believe, or the year before. And it's a bit of a different formula. It's more like a kind of putty formula, and the metallics, well, the metallics might be the same, but they look different. So, but I loved this quint. Like, I still love this quint, and I love the formula of this quint. Like, it really holds a special place in my heart. So I'm very excited to try this one. And I might have to pick up one of the new formulas just to compare, I think, because it's a shame if it's not as good, that's for sure. Now, you know I hooked you up with swatches. So we're gonna go into a speed through of the arm swatches and individual hand swatches, and then we'll come back and get started on the look. I'm going to take my Rare Beauty eye primer today. The swatches feel very soft and subtle. I expect, usually when I purchase a luxury eyeshadow like Dior or the Givenchy palette I purchased, Tom Ford, I do expect a more softer pigment, a softer formula, and more suited towards, like, say, a mature lid, if you will, or a more subtle look depending on your vibe. So it swatches how I was kind of expecting, and it swatched very beautifully. The colors looked absolutely stunning in my opinion, definitely my vibe, so thank you guys for recommending it. I honestly never would have picked this up if you guys didn't tell me about it, so thank you. I usually get all of my suggestions now from makeup from you guys in the comments if you're wondering. I'm going to pick up a Ref for 33 first, and I'm going to dip into this beautiful middle shade here. I don't want to ruin the Dior imprinting on here, I'm not going to lie, but we will. And I'm going to start by tapping this onto the outer corner and slowly bringing it into the crease. Wow, this is way more pigmented than I was expecting, so that's cool. Definitely going with a less product than anticipated and a soft touch. So I'm just going to blend that I'm going to place it where I want the shadow first, and then I'll turn my brush this way into the crease and I will blend it upward. Very, very easy formula to apply and blend out. Very easy and lovely. All right, let's pick up a Refa 14 now, and I'm going to dip into this one. It might not add a lot of extra depth, to be honest. It's not that much deeper than the original shade, but I would just want to try them all, so we're gonna pop that through the crease. It is adding a little bit of shading though. This is like a nice shade, like they're almost quite similar to each other, but this one that I'm using now is slightly deeper, so it adds a little bit of extra dimension if you're looking for that, like just a little soft, ooh, something's going on there, you know what I mean? Let's take this little R108 from What's Up Beauty and go into the smallest teensy amount of this dark brown matte, and I will, actually I'm just gonna run this along the lash line here and like smoke it across here. And I might actually switch brushes to a What's Up R107, which is like a little pencil brush, and I'll smoke that out. I'm going to go in with the Intensifeyes on this eye and no Intensifeyes on this side. I'm just going to pop it on this little center bit, just there a little bit, just to see, just so we can compare for science sake. Refer to, and we're going to go into this incredible shade right here. I love it. It's very pretty. I could see myself traveling with this. And we're going to tap. This side has no Intensifeyes, and that is a very pretty shade. And this side has Intensifeyes, and it's definitely more intense with the Intensifeyes. Wow, I like that with the Intensifeyes. Oh, that's really lovely. I mean, I like it with this one, but you can see it's already molded into basically being a satin, but this side it's like proper metallic. Oh, I like that. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to put some Intensifeyes on this side just to match it because I like it more. Oh, I like that. That's so pretty. I like that you can create that to be really subtle, but then also like really build it up to be wham bam. I'm impressed. Okay, I'm going to pick up that Ruffle 14 with a little bit more of this shadow nail. Just deepen it up a little bit here. And I'm going to go in with that pencil brush again on the dark brown matte and just tap that. Let's leave the eyes here for now and move on to our base. For primer, I'm going to take my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. One, because it's one of my all-time favorites, and two, I am trying to finish this one up because the Milk Hydro Grip Primer does not hold its expiry. Like, it holds to its expiry, but it doesn't hold too much past its expiry, I find. So I just want to make sure I don't waste it. This is a Rare Beauty foundation brush, by the way, and I love it for my primer. So much so that I really want to buy another one because I'm ridiculous. Good Lord, I do not need more brushes. For my color corrector, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury and I'm just applying it with a Rare Beauty concealer brush as well. Just tapping. I need the color corrector today. For foundation, I'm going to take my Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation in the shade 5. I'm also trying to finish this one up because I don't actually have too much left of it. And this is a BK 101. I do find this foundation applies best with a brush. This foundation can be a little bit hit and miss for me, to be honest, but I've come to like it since I discovered the BK 101. Don't ask me what it is about this brush that makes the foundation apply well on my face, but it just does. So I just like to stamp it all over first for the coverage and then I kind of smooth it out. This shade is a little bit too light for me, as an FYI, if you kind of use me as a shade reference. It's just a shade too light. I think if I was to repurchase this, I would get, I think it's shade 6 or 7, that's the next light kind of neutral one. So I would definitely shade up in this for the next time if I was to repurchase it. I don't know if I would repurchase this foundation, if I'm honest though. It isn't my favorite, I'll be honest. And you know I love Lisa Eldridge, like I absolutely fangirl her, but this foundation just, it's not super duper my vibe. What we're going to do for concealer is I'm going to take a mix of my Huda Beauty concealer in 2.1 and my Makeup Forever HD concealer in shade 21. This is just a little bit too deep, so I'm going to use the Huda to kind of lighten it up a little bit and also add just a touch of coverage. I really like the Makeup Forever finish on my under eyes, but it just needs a little bit extra coverage for my personal taste. I'm using a little bit extra just because that Lisa Eldridge foundation hasn't provided like the level of coverage that I'm looking for through my T-zone today, so I'm just going to spread the extra like this. This is my Thrive Cosmetics sponge, by the way. I really like this sponge actually, as a side note, and if it was easier to get here in Australia, I would have quite a few more of them actually. I'm gonna clean up my foundation lips now. And I'm gonna put on, while I'm doing the rest of my face, this Dolce Vita NARS Sensual Afterglow lipstick. For cream bronzer, I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Cream Bronzer. This is the shade 1. And this is my Delium Tools BD HD brush. I haven't used this in a hot little minute, so let's warm my face up. I do quite like this cream bronzer. It's not like my go-to, which is interesting because every time I use it, I do really like it, but I just don't find it like memorable in some way. I don't know, but it is like actually really lovely, and every time I use it, I'm always like, oh, my skin looks good, you know? For under eye powder, I'm gonna take my Westman Atelier powder, and I'm just gonna take it on my Hourglass. I think this is the Veil powder brush is the technical name of it. Just taking the small end, setting my under eyes. This is in the shade Pink Bubble, by the way. For the rest of my face, I'm actually going to take my Makeup Forever HD foundation. This is in the shade 1N06. I'm going to take a BK 105. I'm just going to like stamp some powder on it. And sometimes I find if the Lisa foundation isn't sitting properly on my skin, using this brush with a powder foundation really can make it quite airbrushed and smooth. Again, I have no idea the why of that, but it just does. See, I don't know if you can instantly tell, like my skin looks smoother and less textured already. Like I don't know what it is about using powder foundation with this brush, but airbrushing. In my opinion, airbrushing. I'm gonna go quickly off camera and do my brows because that's boring, and then we'll come back. Brows are done, and then I did just put some eyeliner on. So I put the Victoria Beckham Sea Grey eyeliner in my top waterline and just the Victoria Beckham brightener in my lower waterline. We're gonna finish the eyes. I'm gonna take this shadow right here. This is a Sephora Precision Shadow Brush. I'm just going to tap that underneath here. I don't want a lot going on underneath my eyes today, to be honest with you. Filming this early before work, and I've got meetings all day. And then I'm gonna take this shadow on a BK 207 for my inner corner. Just a little extra sparkle. That's beautiful. That's actually really beautiful. Oh, I like that. Victoria Beckham mascara, and then we will do bronzer and stuff. Let's stick with the Charlotte Tilbury theme for bronzers and take the airbrush bronzer. This is shade 2. And this is a Refa 22, and I'm just gonna tap my bronzer on. I was like looking over the weekend, I was gonna film a new makeup releases video. I was looking at all the releases and everything's really boring at the moment. It feels like we get an influx of like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks of like amazing releases, and then I kind of go broke from buying these amazing releases, and then I get like a couple of months of like nothingness again, or weeks of nothingness. It really has been lackluster, I feel. I mean, I'm not complaining, my bank account is not complaining, that's for sure. But I do get excited by new releases. I just love makeup. Can't get enough of it. For highlighter, I'm gonna go into my Dior Backstage quad, and I'm gonna take I'm gonna actually just mix the pink and the white together. I know people rave and rave about this highlighting quad from Dior. It's not my all-time fave. This is just a Smashbox cheek brush. I don't know. It's nice. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty to look at, but I just think that there are nicer highlighters out there personally. But it is beautiful. I'm probably just a hater, to be honest. I don't know. For blush, I am going to take a Makeup by Mario cream blush in the shade Dusty Rose. It's kind of like a mauve-y type cream blush. This is a Refa 37, and I just kind of like work the product into the brush. And we'll just tap that where we want it. I haven't used the Mario blushes on my channel for a bit, but I absolutely adore them. So they need some love. Perfect, perfect. And then I'm going to set that with the Desert Rose Mario blush, which is also beautiful. His blushes are really nice. They get easily overlooked. They're stunning. I think it's because maybe the packaging's a little bit boring, but they're a really lovely formula because they're very smoothing on the skin, but they're like a healthy glow. They're not like a matte finish. They're kind of like juicy skin finish. Like, your skin looks glowy without any texture or like obvious glow. I don't know how to describe it, but they're lovely. All right, I'm gonna take my Lisa Eldridge setting mist. This is also lovely. I like to spray it on my sponge and then push it into the skin. For lips, I'm gonna take the Rare Beauty lip liner in Lively. And then I'm gonna take the NARS Sensual Glow lipstick in Dolce Vita. Perfect. All right, let me go figure out everything else. We'll zoom out and see the finished look. Alrighty, and this is the finished look. What do you guys think? I personally love it. I think that Dior Quint is so beautiful. Definitely a cool toned palette of my dreams. Thank you so much for suggesting it to me. If you were one of the people in those comment sections being like, you have to get this palette, I love it. I absolutely love it. I feel very chic and put together. This is a very, very me look. And I feel very powerful going into my work day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. I love chatting with you guys. And if you've made it till this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye.